Hey all you Pokemon fans out there, this is Pokemon Water Warrior here with two Generation 4 battles. I'm really sorry I haven't been uploading recently, but I've been really busy with school and all that stuff. So I'm gonna post a double header of a theme team that works really well on PO, even though I haven't been able to try it out on Wi-Fi due to some complications and all that stuff with move pools and all that stuff. It's called the Terrorist Team. Why it's called that? Watch and find out. And I'll be making the jump to Generation 5 pretty soon as I can, as soon as the tiers come out. So I'll do that then. So my first battle is against Juice43. I lead off with an Aerodactyl. He leads off with an Aerodactyl. While I lead off Electrode, I set up the Rain, which is pretty epic. And predicting a switch right now, I go for a Thunder Wave, but he does not switch. And now he's paralyzed, and he gets a full paralyzation, which kind of sucks for him. So now I Thunder him, and he goes into an Earthquake, predicted nearly. And I go into Quillfish, who is like a main sweeper, pretty much, and I'm going to kill his ass with a Waterfall. I'm not sure if he's going to switch here, but he's probably not, as there's really no reason for that Aerodactyl to be alive right now. It's paralyzed at 1 HP. There's nothing for it. So I Waterfall, safe Waterfall, hoping he doesn't have something like a Vaporeon to switch in. And he does not. So the Aerodactyl goes down. It's now 5-5, and Rain is still up. So Quillfish is at an awesome position. And he goes into an Electivire, which I'm pretty sure that even though I don't have the Sword Stance, a Waterfall can take it out. And it does, because of the Rain Boost, which is epic. So now he goes into a Dragonite. And I'm like, do I have anything for this? And I really don't. So I'm just going to explode here. But he does get a crit extreme speed. So I'm going to go into my Metagross, as it can take basically anything but an Earthquake. And I'm pretty sure I think he's not holding the Earthquake. And he goes for a Dragon Dance, so I go for an Agility. I Meteor Mash him, which is going to do a lot of damage, because, it's a Metagross. And he outrages for some odd reason. Now, Rain's up, so now a lot of my sweepers... Oh, crap. My Outrage misses, which sucks major donkey balls. And now, I go into my Scarf-Tran, who is faster because of the Scarf. Then I Flamethrower him. Now... because he didn't switch in, I'm pretty sure he does not have a Heatran, but he does have an Infernape. So, predicting a close combat, I go into my Gengar, who is obviously immune to it, and it is. I'm hoping he's Choice right here, so he has to switch, but I don't think he might not be. So, I go for a Shadow Ball, and it does a hefty amount of damage, and it turns out he is not choiced. So, I go back into Scarf-Tran, who's just gonna hit a bunch of people with Dragon Pulse now, as it's now 2-2, very favorable position, as he has a Skarmory. So, I go into my Azelf, who is carrying a Flamethrower, so that can be easily dealt with, and he sets up Spikes, which really doesn't matter right now, so I'm just gonna Flamethrower him, and that's gonna take care of the Skarmory, as, super effective, and Skarmory has no special defense. So Flamethrower Flamethrower actually one-hit KOs. So now all he has left is a Tyranitar, and I'm gonna Grass Knot him. It is, and turns out he is not as a regular Scarf-Tran, Tyranitar, but he is going to be able to take me out to live the Grass Knot thanks to the special defense boost and get a Crunch off. But now Heatran is able to come in with the Earth Power and take out the Tyranitar. So that's the first game, and and it is a pretty close game, as he is saying here. 1-1, leave off with that battle, and... So my second battle is against FallenAngel, who leads off with a Machamp. So I am gonna have to take the D punch, but it turns out that what? He has D punch without no guard. I'm like, okay. And like, I don't even know what to say about that. It's Guts with Dynamic Punch. That Machamp deserves to die in a hole. So, I go into Quillfish right now, still laughing off that, and expecting the Leaf Storm. I'm just going to go for a Poison Jab, because it is going to do a lot of damage, even though it does have 100 round. And instead of, and it actually paralyzes me instead of going for a Leaf Storm, so I'm not sure if it has it or not. So now I go for a Poison Jab, and he goes, I'm sorry, I don't know what gender it is. He goes into a Donphan, who takes the Poison Jab nicely, as, Donphan. But it gets, it does get Poison Hacks, although that really didn't matter at all. So now he goes into Moltres, who is carrying the Air Slash. And I'm just gonna go into my Azelf right now. As that I'm probably gonna do a hefty chunk of Psychic. Might not one-hit KO, but still gonna do a lot. And it does it does 75% damage. And because of rain, that Flamethrower isn't going to take me out. But instead, he goes into a Heatran. And I don't know what kind of Heatran this is, but anyway, I'm going to go into my own Heatran, predicting the Fire move, and instead he goes for a Hidden Power. Don't know what type that was. And predicting the almost obvious Earth Power, he goes back into Moltres. I don't know why I went for it in retrospect. So, predicting the Air Slash, I'm going to go into Metagross. And it actually roosts, which kind of sucks. So, I'm going to try to catch him off guard here. Well, Nove is probably not going to go for the Fire move, as he knows I have a Heatran, but instead he does predict me out that. And I go into my Gengar here. And I go for a Shadow Ball. Actually, I go for a Thunderbolt. Why do I go for Shadow Ball? And that is probably going to take it. Yeah, it's going to take Moltres out if he doesn't switch. And he does not. So it's 3-3 tie right here. And he goes into his Heatran. And I'm just going to hope this thing isn't Scarfed so I can go for Focus Blast. But my Focus Blast misses. And he gets a crit Magma Storm. So I'm like, oh, fuck right now. So now that it's two Heatrans facing off, I'm going to go for the Earth Power, hoping he doesn't have any more flying types like the Moltres, and he does not. I get a crit Earth Power, although that really, the crit doesn't matter in the slightest, and he goes into a Suicune. So all I have left is the Heatran and the Azelf, and he actually goes for a Calm Mind. So I'm going to go back into Azelf now, as I really have nothing to do. And he goes for Surf, and all I can do now is explode on him. So, 1 win, 1 loss. Good way to finish off a video. Good way to do a video. And thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, and you know the rest. Thanks.